Me at 24, just graduated from college last year. Live with roommate Jacob, who's a complete degenerate. Been dating this girl Jessica for about 8 months. Met her at a house party. She seemed cool. Cute brunette with green eyes, really into fitness. Things move pretty fast between us. She's got this mysterious vibe that drew me in. Always seemed to have interesting stories about her life. Claimed she traveled a lot for work. Something in marketing or consulting. Never got specifics. Red flag number 1, but I was too smitten to care. We'd hang out 2 to 3 times a week, usually. Never on weekends, though. She always had family obligations or work trips. When I suggested meeting her friends, she'd deflect. They're all scattered around the country. Work keeps me too busy for a social life. Reasonable excuses at the time. Sex was incredible, conversations were engaging, felt like I'd found someone special. About 4 months in, noticed some weird patterns. She'd never answer her phone after 9 p.m. on certain days. Claimed she was an early sleeper, but would text me at like 2 a.m. sometimes when I asked why she was up so late. Couldn't sleep, thinking about you. Sweet but inconsistent. Also never wanted to do anything public in our town. Always drove to the next city over for dates. Said she preferred the restaurant scene there. I'm starting to feel like her dirty little secret, but she's affectionate and seems genuinely into me. Push down the nagging feeling that something's off. Month 6, things get weirder. She starts canceling dates last minute. Emergency work call. My mom needs help with something. Always apologizes profusely and reschedules, but it's happening more frequently. One night I'm scrolling through her Instagram. Realize she hardly posts anything. Maybe one photo every few months. No friends tagging her. No tagged locations. Her whole social media presence is basically non-existent. Compare that to most girls our age who post daily. Definitely strange. Decide to do some light stalking. Reverse search her phone number online. Comes back to a different name entirely. Some girl named Melissa in the next town over. Heart starts racing. Maybe it's an old number or family plan thing. Try to rationalize it away, but can't shake the feeling something's very wrong. Next time we hang out, casually ask about her family. She's told me before her parents live upstate. This time she says they're in Florida. When I point out the discrepancy, she laughs it off. Did I say upstate? I meant Florida, sorry. But she looks uncomfortable. Over the next few weeks, start paying closer attention, catch her in several small lies. Nothing major, just inconsistent details about her job, her past, her family. It's like she can't keep her stories straight. Confront her about it one evening. Jessica, I feel like I don't really know you. She gets defensive immediately. What's that supposed to mean? Tell her about the inconsistencies I've noticed. She waves them off as misremembering, says I'm being paranoid and controlling, classic deflection tactics. But she's good at making me feel guilty for questioning her, apologize and let it slide. Month 7, the truth starts unraveling. She cancels on me Friday night for a work emergency. Decide to swing by her apartment to drop off food. Think it'll be a nice surprise. No one answers when I knock. Her car isn't in the parking lot. Ask the neighbor if she's seen Jessica. Jessica? Nobody by that name lives here. Shows me the mailbox. Different name entirely. My blood goes cold. Ask how long she's lived there. About 2 years, but I've never seen any Jessica. This woman has been lying about where she lives. Drive around town aimlessly, mind racing. Who the hell have I been dating? Next day she texts like nothing happened. Sorry about last night. Work was crazy. Play it cool. Don't let on that I know. But start doing serious detective work. Use the name from the reverse phone lookup. Search Melissa, plus her last name. Find a Facebook profile that makes my stomach drop. It's definitely her, but completely different life. Married to some guy named David for 3 years. Tons of photos together, happy couple stuff. Recent posts about their anniversary, planning to buy a house together. She's living a completely different life. I've been the side piece this entire time. Feel like I'm gonna throw up. Scroll through months of posts. She's been with this David guy the whole time we've been dating. Explains why she was never available weekends, why she didn't want to be seen in public locally, why her social media was so sparse under Jessica. She's been compartmentalizing her life. I'm the secret affair she keeps from her husband. Spend the weekend in shock. Part of me wants to confront her immediately. Other part wants to gather more evidence. Decide to play it smart when she texts asking to hang out. Suggest we go somewhere local for once. She deflects as usual. Let's stick to our usual spots. Ask if she wants to meet any of my friends. I'm not really ready for that step yet. After 8 months together, the audacity is unreal. Start planning my exit strategy. But first, need to know how deep this goes. Create fake social media account. Send friend request to her husband David. He accepts. Guy seems nice enough. Posts about work, sports, normal stuff. Recent post about planning surprise party for Melissa's birthday. Same birthday she told me she had. These aren't just similar lives, it's the same person. She's Melissa to him, Jessica to me. Probably has other names for other guys. Who knows how many lives she's juggling. Finally decide to confront her. Arrange to meet at coffee shop. When she arrives, heart is pounding. We need to talk, Melissa. Her face goes white when I use her real name. Tries to play dumb at first. I don't know what you're talking about. Pull out printed screenshots from Facebook. Her with David, their wedding photos, everything. She stares at the papers, hands shaking. Finally breaks down and admits it. Starts crying, saying it's complicated, that she loves both of us in different ways, feels trapped in her marriage but can't leave. I was her escape from her real life, never meant for it to go on this long, apologizes over and over, says she was going to tell me eventually. Complete nonsense, she would have kept lying. Ask her how many other guys there are. She swears it's just me and David. Don't believe her for a second. Tell her we're done. She begs me not to tell David, says it would destroy him. Part of me feels bad for the guy, but he deserves to know who he married. Walk away from the coffee shop, block her number immediately, spend a few days deciding what to do about David, ultimately decide he has a right to know, send him an anonymous message with evidence. Include photos, screenshots, timeline of everything. Don't identify myself, just lay out the facts. Few days later, Melissa Jessica starts blowing up my phone from different numbers, begging me not to ruin her life. Says David kicked her out. She has nowhere to go. Demands to know why I told him. Block every number she tries. Change my own number to be safe. Week later, come home from work. Jacob rushes up to me looking pissed as hell. Yo bro, your psycho bitch just destroyed my sacred ritual. Apparently Jessica showed up at our place while I was out, burst through the door without knocking like some maniac. Jacob was in his room having quality time with his hand. She barged in screaming about needing to talk to me. Jacob had to cover his junk with a damn pillow. She knocked over his Mountain Dew, messed up his whole battle station setup. Ran out crying when she realized I wasn't home. Dude, she cock-blocked me from completing my masterpiece session. I sigh and reach for my phone to call her. Jacob grabs my arm. Hold up, bro. You even know what premium shit I was about to bust to? This degenerate starts listing his collection like it's fine art. I had Itadaki Seiki loaded up, then moved to Discipline. Bible Black was next in rotation. Was saving Shujo Ramuni and Boku no Pico for the grand finale. Absolute man of culture, unfortunately. Your crazy-ass girlfriend ruined 8 hours of careful preparation. Just shake my head and walk toward my room. Need to process this bullshit? Jacob yells after me. Hey, at least my hentai waifus don't have secret husbands in 3 different cities. Tooch, even coming from a chronic masturbator. As I'm about to close my door, hear doorbell ring. Jacob opens it, still half naked in his bathrobe. Pizza delivery guy standing there with large pepperoni. Pizza for Jacob? Yeah, that's me, but yo, you ever been walked in on mid-session? Pizza guy looks confused. Like, while gaming? Nah, bro, while beating the meat, some crazy bitch just ruined my whole afternoon. Pizza guy starts laughing. Damn, that sucks ass. Happened to me once with my mom. Want to come in and help me restart? Got some quality content queued up. Pizza guy looks around, shrugs. Hell yeah, my shift just ended anyway. They both head toward Jacob's room. Hear Jacob explaining the plot of Itadaki Seiki. So basically, this succubus needs to drink. I just shut my door and blast music. This is my life now, surrounded by degenerates while my ex has mental breakdowns across town. At least Jacob's honest about his weird-ass habits, unlike some people who live triple lives. Check David's Facebook later. He's posted about getting divorced, seems to be handling it better than expected, has support from friends and family. Feel guilty, but know I did the right thing. I just can't help but wonder how long she was planning to keep this up, what her endgame was. Did she think she could juggle multiple lives forever? Looking back, all the signs were there. The inconsistent stories, the secrecy, the scheduling. Should have trusted my instincts earlier. But she was good at manipulation, made me feel guilty for questioning her. Classic behavior of someone living double lives. Learned a valuable lesson about red flags. If someone seems too mysterious or evasive, there's usually a reason. Honesty should be baseline in relationships, not something you have to detective work to find. Still feel bad for David. Guy lost 3 years of his life to a lie, but better he knows now than wastes more time. As for Melissa Jessica, whoever she really is, last I heard she moved to another state, probably starting fresh with new identities. Feel sorry for the next guys who fall for her act. Some people are just broken beyond repair. Glad I found out when I did. Could have been much worse if I'd fallen deeper. Trust your gut when something feels off. Usually there's a good reason for that feeling. Also, maybe don't live with chronic masturbators, but that's a different story. BME 22, living with my dad after college because rent is expensive as hell. Dad is 48, successful businessman, owns several car dealerships. Mom died when I was 12, so it's just been me and Pops. Also live with Grandpa Joe, who's 74 and based as shit. Grandpa moved in after Grandma passed last year. 3 generations of men under one roof. Recipe for disaster. Been dating this girl Madison for about 6 months. She's a solid 9, blonde, big ass, the works. Met her at a coffee shop. Somehow she agreed to date my average ass. Bring her home to meet the family. Dad immediately starts acting weird around her. Keeps asking about her career and life goals. Madison is vague about what she does for work. Says she's in digital marketing and content creation. Technically not lying, but not the whole truth either. Grandpa Joe loves her, keeps calling her sweetheart, even helps her with groceries and opens doors. Dad seems impressed with how polite and sweet she is. Finally, a girl with some class, he says. If only he knew what kind of content she creates. A few weeks later, having dinner as a family. Madison is telling stories about her business trips. Dad is eating this bullshit up. Entrepreneurial spirit, I respect that. Grandpa is nodding along approvingly. Feel guilty about not telling them the truth. But Madison makes good money and treats me well. Who cares how she earns it, right? Month later, Dad starts acting suspicious. Keeps asking detailed questions about Madison's work. What kind of digital marketing exactly? Which platforms does she use for content? Getting nervous, he's onto something. Madison starts avoiding these conversations. Changes subject whenever Dad brings up work. Red flags everywhere, but I ignore them. One evening, Dad calls me into his office, looking serious as hell. Son, we need to talk about your girlfriend. Oh shit, here it comes. Pull up Madison's OF profile on his computer. My heart stops beating. Maddie Hottie 69, really? Shows me screenshots of her content, pictures I recognize from our bedroom, some videos too that make me want to disappear. Dad, I can explain. He cuts me off. Explain what? That you're dating a digital content hoe? Ouch, but technically accurate. Tells me I need to break up with her immediately. No son of mine is going to be associated with this trash. Argue with him for an hour. Say it's my life and my choice. He threatens to kick me out if I don't end it. Need somewhere to live, so I reluctantly agree. Next day, call Madison to break up. Hardest conversation of my life. She starts crying, asking what changed. Can't tell her my dad found her. OF. Make up some bullshit about needing space. She begs me to reconsider. Heartbreaking, but Dad's watching from across the room. Have to go through with it. Madison leaves in tears. Think that's the end of it. Boy, was I wrong. Week later, notice Dad is acting strange. Spending more time on his phone, smiling at texts like some teenager, wearing cologne again for the first time in years, buying new clothes, working out more. Ask him what's up. Just taking better care of myself, son. Suspicious as hell. 2 weeks after the breakup, Dad announces he's going out for dinner. Got a date with a lovely young woman. Asks me to watch Grandpa for the evening. Weird, but whatever. A few hours later, get a text from Madison. Your dad is actually kind of sweet. What the absolute hell, call her immediately. Madison, please tell me you're not on a date with my father. She giggles. He slid into my DMs with some really smooth lines. Apparently Dad found her Instagram through her OF, started following her, then messaging. He said I was too good for boys and needed a real man. I'm gonna throw up. Madison, this is insane. He made me break up with you. She laughs. Yeah, he told me. Said you were too immature to handle a woman like me. He's not wrong though. Your dad has his shit together. Hang up in disgust. Dad comes home at midnight looking pleased with himself, wearing the biggest smirk I've ever seen. How was your date, Dad? Wonderful, son. Madison is quite the catch. You made me break up with her. He shrugs. I said no son of mine would date her. Never said anything about myself. Technicality bullshit, but he's got me there. Besides, she needs a man who can appreciate her. Assets. Gross. Dad, really gross. Next few weeks are torture. Dad is constantly texting Madison, taking her on expensive dates, buying her gifts I could never afford. Meanwhile, I'm single and bitter. Grandpa Joe figures out what's happening. Your daddy stole your girl. That's cold as ice. Even Grandpa thinks this is messed up, but then he starts asking about Madison's business. Oh God, not Grandpa too. Month into their relationship, things get worse. Madison starts coming over regularly, acting like she's gonna be my stepmom. Hi honey, how was school today? Bitch, I'm 22 and graduated already. Dad is completely smitten. Buying her a new car, jewelry, the works. She's got him wrapped around her finger. Clearly knows how to handle older men with money. Try talking to Dad about how weird this is. She's closer to my age than yours. He calls me a jealous libtard cuck. Since when does my dad use internet slang? Clearly Madison has been teaching him things. Maybe if you weren't such a beta male, you could keep a woman like that. My own father calling me beta. This timeline is cursed. Grandpa pulls me aside one day. Son, your daddy's acting like a damn fool. But that girl sure is something special. Starts asking if Madison has any friends. Jesus Christ, it runs in the family. Madison starts posting pictures with Dad on her social media. With my successful businessman daddy. Uses the daddy hashtag unironically. All her OF subscribers are commenting about her sugar daddy. My friends see this shit and start roasting me. Bro, your dad stole your girl and she's calling him daddy. That's the ultimate power move. Can't even defend myself because it's true. Dad won, I lost completely and utterly. Try dating other girls, but keep comparing them to Madison. Dad's relationship advice. Try dating someone in your league. Savage but probably accurate. Madison sends me Snapchats of expensive restaurants. Your dad knows how to treat a lady right. Passive aggressive as hell. 6 months later, Dad proposes. Madison says yes, obviously. Going to have a stepmother who used to be my girlfriend and who sells nudes online. Family dinners are going to be awkward forever. Dad announces the engagement at dinner. Grandpa raises his glass. To my new granddaughter, welcome to the family. Madison beams with pride. I just sit there questioning my life choices. Dad looks at me smugly. Maybe now you'll learn what it takes to keep a quality woman. It's called having your shit together, son. Madison nods along approvingly. They're perfect for each other, honestly. Both manipulative and money-focused. Deserve each other completely. Wedding planning begins immediately. Madison wants everything expensive and flashy. Dad is happy to pay for whatever she wants. She's moved into his master bedroom. I can hear them through the walls. Need to find my own place immediately. This house isn't big enough for this dynamic. Grandpa keeps asking Madison for investment advice. Apparently she's actually smart with money. Who knew selling nudes could be so profitable? Maybe I should respect the hustle. Nah, still bitter as hell. Friends keep asking how I feel about the situation. Your ex is gonna be your stepmother. That's the most Alabama thing I've ever heard. Technically not incest, but definitely weird. Dad starts giving me dating advice based on his success. Confidence is key, son, and financial stability. Madison told me you never took her anywhere expensive. Getting relationship tips from my dad who stole my girlfriend. This is rock bottom. Bachelor party is going to be interesting, assuming I'm even invited. Dad might not want his beta son cramping his style. And Madison suggests I could be the flower boy instead of best man. The disrespect is astronomical. But honestly, Dad played this perfectly. Identified what he wanted, made strategic moves, eliminated the competition, me, and won the prize. It's diabolical but effective. Have to admit I'm kind of impressed. Still hate him for it though. Moral of the story, never introduce hot girlfriends to successful fathers. They have resources you don't, and apparently no shame about using them. Dad won this round completely, but Madison's OnlyFans career is still active. Wedding photos might get interesting. At least I'll have something to blackmail them with eventually, assuming I ever get over being called a libtard cuck by my own father. Probably won't happen anytime soon.